We're back here on Author's Corner on ATN with me, Kate Delaney, and Tom Erickson, the author of Your Move One, The Issues. Tom, tell us more about the stories that we can expect. I think it's the twists and turns that are so brilliantly done in this book.
But the stories are, wide-ranging, and they really got, in my mind, got interesting when I was doing some research on World War II, because I do a lot of flashbacks back to World War II and thereafter. And there was it's called Operation Golden Lily, and it was the Japanese began the Second Sino-Japanese War in 1937, well before World War II. And obviously they participated in a big way in World War II. And for those 7 years, 37 to 45, they had a division-sized group that went through all the countries they conquered, which was, at that point, Korea, China, parts of, a lot of Southeast Asia. And they pulled out all the gold and precious metals, diamonds primarily, from all of these countries. Basically took everything. And no one really realized this. And they amassed a huge amount of these hard assets. And they because of the Philippines, the Japanese always thought that the Philippines, they get the Philippines no matter what, no matter how the war ended. They decided that, and that was sort of a central area, they decided to bury them, and they did bury these hard assets in like 170 caves in the Philippines. And there have actually been TV shows. They never have gotten much of a play, thankfully, for me at least, on people looking for what they call Yamashita's gold. And it was General Yamashita who was the head of this division. And it was a huge amount. I mean, it was a staggering amount. And Truman, at the end of the war, got wind of it. And the driver, Yamashita's driver, saved himself from war crimes by giving the locations of these caves. And literally, the Allies under Truman, a very small group, dug up all these assets and these are historical facts. What happened to them thereafter, no one knows. But for my purposes, and there is a book out that says that they called it the Black Eagle Trust Fund is where it went, and it was and the gold and precious stones were in depositories mostly in either Britain or the United States. But for my purposes, this was a great thing that I could use, because basically after the war, the Allies rebuilt to prevent the Red Scare with Stalin was on. So the Allies rebuilt Europe and also Germany and Japan, because to prevent them from going communist. And so I just use this Black Eagle Trust Fund as the source of low-cost loans that America made on the sly to all of these countries. Well, over the years of repaying these loans, there were variable rate note loans. This Black Eagle Trust Fund, it was not only, an illegal thing, and it would have been a great embarrassment when you're trying to, as the Allies, particularly the British and the Americans, were trying to put a new world order together. But I mean, so all of these assets were repaid and invested, and due to compounding and stuff, are in present day terms are worth trillions of dollars. And so that's a backdrop as well, because when Truman, the way I have it, when Truman started digging up all the tunnels, three big ones, he didn't get. And so now I have, actually a way for one of our adversaries, in this case the Chinese, figure out where this is, and so they have leverage over us and the rest of the free world, and it creates an interesting backdrop as well.
Yeah, no kidding. Boy, we could talk about this, the direction you're going in, for forever. It's so fascinating. And did you find that? I mean, it sounds like it, because as you dig and dig and dig into research, you find more elements. I think that's how you came up with the breadth of this series.
It was true. I mean, it was an amazement to me, and that and the internet, obviously, and how the weaponry that you can find, and things like that are on the internet. I mean, there were times when I was thinking, if Big Brother is watching, they got to think I'm either getting into areas I shouldn't be getting into. And then as far as weapons go, I mean, I'm talking about, tactical nuclear weapons, which were used in the 60s, which were basically, powerful nuclear things that neither the Russians nor the Americans ever used, because they were afraid to put them in the hands of regular soldiers. The weapons were that scary.
Yeah. Wow.
And they existed in a big way too. And so, I mean, I can use those as well, as not all of them were destroyed, kind of thing. And some of my terrorists, get hold of those and can do real damage.
Oh yeah.
So it is amazing what's out there, and some of the historical stuff that's actually true. Now, I can't verify what happened to all these assets, but the one thing that's for sure is the Japanese got them, and no one has ever mentioned them ever since. So they went, I don't know where, we're talking about, when we're talking about, 50, 60,000 tons of gold. I mean, this is not an odd lot, obviously, and hundreds of several tons of diamonds even. So, I mean, it's an amazing thing, and as far as I know, no one's talked about it.
Yeah, not that I know of either, because I was thinking that same thing, which makes it brand new territory and very interesting. There's no question about it. Your Move 1 is where we start, though, the issues, and you can get Tom's book, of course, on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, like I said before, wherever great books are sold. You can get it for a song, and you will not be able to put it down. Tom, what a pleasure to have you on the show. Thanks for coming on.
I appreciate it, Kate, more than you can imagine.